to get my coffee, sir?
Not Starbucks. Just make your own coffee. The fuck?
Well, I have a job, right? I go in the morning, I
Uh,
get the coffee. I don't want to make my own,
well,
and then I have.
get your job to get a coffee maker in the break room. Problem solved. Or buy one.
But why the hell does there have to be rainbows everywhere?
Okay. Wait, or do rainbows trigger you?
Well, now it does. Like it used to be good
Why?
thing, like
All,
right? It's supposed to be
no,
happiness.
it's always been a good thing. All it means is that we should be more tolerant of other people and stop being mean to other people.
No, now it's embracing all these gay people, like with their dicks out.
Yeah, we
Like
should.
no,
Yeah, we should embrace gay.
no.
No, it's not embracing gay
Then
people
and
with their dicks out. It's
let's
embracing the fact that we don't oppress them anymore. We should kind of not do that anymore, right? Like for
let's.
example, in a town in Florida, there was a company that put the pride flag up, and now Republicans there are trying to pass a city ordinance that you can't, like, as your own private property, have pride flags up. They're trying to pass that in the state legislature now, in the city council there.
That's very good. I
No,
would
it's
like.
not. Wait, is
Thank you
that
for
not a
telling me.
violation of the First Amendment?
No, because I don't think we should embrace this stupid sexuality shit.
Okay,
I
so
think we should.
you are the okay. So this is the reason why Pride exists. So this is the reason why more Starbucks cups should have like these rainbows is
There's so
because
much
you are the
rainbows.
one that wants to oppress the rainbows. So do you know what the Streisand effect is?
No, can you tell
So
me
the
just
Streisand
a little
effect,
bit?
I'll read it out for you so like you get more of a formal definition.
Oh
And
my
I want you to
goodness.
tell me what you think the Streisand effect is going to occur here. So the Streisand effect is an unintended consequence of attempts to hide, remove, or censor information where the effort instead backfires by increasing awareness of that information. Do you realize that if you try to ban pride flags and pride, symbology or whatever, that more people will just want to like put it out there? You realize that, right?
Well, see, look, I don't. I think like these pride flag shit is advertising. Like they're advertising people to be gay, and that's
No, it's not
fucked up.
advertising people to be gay. It's advertising that you should be tolerant of people who are within that community.
Well, so like if like I feel like it's a sense, and it is self advertisement with all these flags up, like all this gay. Like, come on,
Okay,
like
so
my sons know about gay. Like, what the hell? Like they're 5 years
yeah,
old.
they know
How they
about
know?
straight too.
No,
So what's the problem?
they know about all like daddy.
Yeah,
What's
so
that?
like wait,
What's
yeah,
the rainbow?
dad and
I'm
mom
like,
is a straight relationship, right? They know about that. Why can't they know about
no,
mom and mom or
they
dad
don't
and
know
dad?
this. They don't know the term straight, but they know
They
the
don't need to
term
know the
gay.
certain wait. They don't need the rainbow
No, they
flag
know the
doesn't
term
tell them
gay.
the wait. The rainbow flag doesn't have the word gay on it. That doesn't. That's not what that doesn't follow, right? Like what they're just talking about. Like if they see like two men, for example, walking down the street holding hands, or two girls walking down the street holding hands, you think you should like cover your kid's eyes and seeing that?
Unless they're doing anything wrong, like no. But I feel like
Okay,
because I have
that's akin. That is akin to the pride flag.
no, but no. The thing with the pride flag is like my 5 year old son knows about gays. Like what the hell?
Good.
No, that's not good. I'll tell you
Yeah.
why.
What's the harm?
Because dude, I don't want my son to be gay. Like what are you not
Well,
getting?
he's wait.
He's getting.
So he's not
You guys are
going to be
trying to
gay just
indoctrinate
because he
kids.
knows. Wait, hold on. So he's how old is he?
5 years old.
Okay, in the next 2 to 3 years, he is going to have somebody in his classroom, another boy or a girl who is gay. He's going to learn about them. Like they're going to be in his classroom. You know that, right?
If there's kids out there already dating, I don't know.
No,
Two,
they're
three
not
years.
dating. They're just like I don't think they're dating at that age, but they are gay. Like he'll know that because you're like your son, if he's straight, then he's just gonna start like flirting with girls or like saying like you're cute and stuff like that. And then guess what? There's gonna be boys saying you're cute or girls saying you're cute, right? Because that's when we start like liking girls and boys is around 7 or 8 years old. So you're saying that, oh, my kid shouldn't know about gay people. Well, they're gonna be in his friend group. They're gonna be in his class. They're gonna be working on projects with him. What are you talking about? Why are you trying to hide hide your child from like the real world? Like
Because I,
why do you want them to be deluded into thinking gay people don't exist?
no, I never said gay people shouldn't. Why the hell does a 5 year old need to know about gay
They don't
sexuality?
need to wait, they don't need to, but they're
No,
gonna
but
see they're gonna oh well he's gone, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, too easy. Who else wants to debate? Who else thinks they can tell me why being gay is immoral? Nobody has an argument. That's crazy. Not a single one. Bruh. Guest requests are open. Don't be scared. Also, if you have more than enough followers to get in here, and I see you're like just yapping at the gums in the comment section, you're getting muted. That way I can force you up here. He's a dude that got kicked out of Dean's Labs in Discord. Yeah, probably. Who next? Who else wants to smoke? Where y'all at? Don't be scared. Fuck, I need some water. I want smoke. I don't have enough followers. You're fun. Have them keep watching programs like this. Let's see. Yeah, have them keep watching the fact, like, oh man, this guy's teaching that gay people aren't bad. Randy, go ahead and hop on in the guest request. Don't be scared to get up here, buddy. Hope you're doing well, dear. Thank you, Punka. Go wash the dishes, Womab. Oh yeah. Who is next? Who's next on the chopping block? Randy, why are you stuck in the comments? Come on, buddy. The longer you don't get up in here, the longer I'm gonna focus on you, Randy. I can't stand to be on this site anymore. I need to take a shower. Oh, all these people over here talking about rights and being nice to people. That nasty shit. Ugh, I need to go rub around in the mud with my pigs. Honey, give me my mother. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Ah. All right. Anybody want to disagree with any of these debates? Any of them? Go fight for your country. I'm already fighting for it, buddy. Anybody disagree? Go and hop on the guest request. Hit me up. Any of these points. These are my points. Hit me up. Where y'all at, bro? Do we finally have one? Opioid, you alive? What do you disagree with? Opioid, you are live. What do you disagree with? Opioid, I am about to kick you if you don't say something. You are live.
Hey, what are we
Okay,
doing?
there you go. Are you debating or no?
No, I thought this was something else.
All right, man. You're good to go. All right, if you do disagree, go and hop on the guest request. God is good. That's why your ungrateful self is here. Is that also why the little children in Egypt that were all like murdered by God? Is that why they're not there? So if it stands to follow that I'm here because God is good, that means when somebody dies, that means God is bad. It's just a symmetry breaker there. Oh, chulu. I've only seen that fucking word in print. I have no idea how to pronounce that shit. God got muscular link. Ka, is it Sachulu or Ka? Okay, Ka Tuhulu. Oh my God. What children in Egypt out of interest? Exodus 12. God killed all the firstborns. It's like just all the little innocent children. Uh, just like, yeah, fuck y'all. So, oh my God.
You motherfuckers banana me,
What up,
motherfuckers.
Fever?
Fuck you, motherfuckers. You guys bananaed me.
All right, what were we talking about?
Well, I won't talk about that because you guys want to, whatever, banana me. So, like, of course, I hate speech. I don't know how I said hate, but I'll do Trump versus Biden because, like, I can't, like, hate Biden, whatever. But so, why do you think Biden is better?
Because he's not a fascist.
In what way does Trump appear as fascist?
His opinion on trans people, his opinion on the Constitution, overturning elections, authoritarian rule. So yeah, those are
Yeah, but
pretty
but I
pretty big tenets of fascism.
but this trans people idea is actually a good thing though.
Oppressing people. You really want to oppress your fellow citizens, American citizens? Are you from the United States?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does.
Uh, I have dual citizenship,
All right,
so
buddy.
I'm not located.
All right. Okay. Now that the troll is gone, Nico, what do you disagree with today?
What's up, my boy?
What up?
So like I'm not very political and shit, but like
Yeah.
as far as Trump and Biden goes, like I choose Trump because like I'm a big car guy type shit, and you know how they're trying to go all electric.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna allow gas powered cars, so like I say Trump for that reason. Because I'm a big car guy. Like I'm not into politics. You know, at the end of the day, I still got to go to work 8 hours a day, bust my ass off, so it really don't matter.
Don't you just want the president that does the smarter thing when it comes to cars?
I mean, you wouldn't understand though. Like I'm a car
I do.
enthusiast, bro.
Like
Like
I used to be a car enthusiast too, but regardless of my personal like things, we strive for rationality. Like we're not gonna have like internal combustion engines are ran off of something that will run out. Like it's a fucking liquid. It's going to run out. Like we can't like recycle it. We dump that shit into the air and it never comes back down. So um eventually at some point you agree that we will have to switch running our vehicles from this gas to something else. You do agree with that, correct? Eventually, whether that's 50 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now, it will happen, correct?
yeah, most likely it will.
So it's better that we do that shit now, like we switch over to different types of vehicles now rather than at the last minute. Because what happens at the last minute? If oil starts going down and it's all that's all it can do is go down in supply. When things go down in supply, what happens to the price?
It's just gonna keep going higher and higher.
It's going to go higher and higher. So if people don't have another option to buy to run their car, where you're over here with $15 a gallon gas prices, and you don't have any other thing to run your car off of because, well, guess what? Trump banned electric cars. Well, all your money's going to have to go to transportation. Nobody wants that. We want to be able to go to the fucking like store and go eat, take our girls out to restaurants and stuff like that. So we're doing the smart thing so that way we start the shit now. So that way, when that time comes where supply goes down and the prices of like fueling our economy goes up and up, we need an alternative, and that's what I think Biden is trying to do. And that's what like most common sense people are trying to do. I get that
But
we like the car. I get that he's not banning your car. He's not going to ban you from having a car. He's just going to allow more electric cars to like be on the roads and be more prevalent, right? So,
but I mean, I don't think Trump said that he was gonna ban electric cars. He was just gonna allow
well,
gas
Trump's not going to
powered
ban
cars.
electric cars, but Biden's not going to ban gas cars. So neither of
Yeah,
them
they
are
are.
banning anything.
By the
No, they're
year
not.
2035 or something like that, we won't be able to purchase a gas powered vehicle. They're gonna be illegal. You can't buy one. You can't none of that shit by 2035.
So I know in like California they did it like 2040 or 2050 or something like that. That's not like
Mhm.
yeah. So like we have tax credits, for example, to some of these auto workers and things like that. Yeah, those expire pretty soon. But what we're giving is tax credits to like electric vehicles, so that way they can take off. And then on top of that, like think about the workers that are building your cars. Who do you think like those workers aren't getting paid, very well to be able to build the car that that you like. And who's supporting those workers? Well, it's not Trump, it's Biden. Biden was one of the first presidents to picket with these union workers who are now on strike with the big three automakers. So if we really care about like cars, we should be voting for Biden because he's the only one that supports the workers who makes the cars.
Oh yeah, I see where you're coming from, but like, I got a question for you. Like,
Yeah, hit me up.
are are you like one of those people that's like, nah, like, we gotta ban all gas powered cars because like it's bad for the environment and shit like that? Are you like one of those?
They are, but like that's not, you don't go about it by banning it. That doesn't really do anything. That just they're just going to be on the road, and what do you do with them, right? I think what you just do is just transition and give like tax credits and try to deploy this new wave of technology that's going to be a little bit more efficient and a little bit cleaner for our environment and things like that, right? So like electric cars themselves, they still use like some CO2 emissions. It's less than gas cars, but they still use it in the production. So we're trying to mitigate things and uh get things lower to where they used to be. Like really what it is, I think really what EVs are trying to solve is the gas problem, not necessarily the CO2 problem. But
I mean, I don't know. I've seen things that say like, we're not gonna run out of oil or like gas or whatever you call it, like in our lifetime or like our kids' lifetime. Like, it's not even realistic that anytime soon we're gonna run out of gas. Like, that's not realistic.
yeah, so we're not going to run out of gas. It's just going to get harder and harder to drill it. It's going to get more and more expensive to drill it, and the supply is going to go low. Like, we're never going to run out of gas because what's going to happen is like we're right here when we started like this is how much gas we had, like oil, whatever, and then we bring it down to here, and then we bring it down to here. Once it gets down to like right here, it's still a lot of oil, but it's no longer profitable for us to drill it. So we're never actually going to run out. It's just not going to be profitable for us to get that less because one, it's going to be so fucking pricey because the supply is so low and everybody needs it. If we don't have an alternative, like there's a monopoly, you're like overcharging and nobody's gonna fucking buy your shit. So like that's why like these a lot of these billion-dollar corporations are trying to like who are into that field, they're either doing one or two things. They're trying to ban legislation that would allow like people to like maneuver away from fossil fuels, or they're trying to buy up these other companies that are alternative sources like solar or electric cars, so that way they can get both. They can put their hands in both parts of the economy. So yeah, we're never going to run out of oil. It's just going to get more expensive.
Oh, okay. I mean, I see what you mean, but like, do you think like it would be better like if we could have both, like 50-50, kind of like 50% of the cars on the road be electric and 50 not?
Well, it's going to run out. It's never going to stay at 50-50 because like eventually people are just going to stop driving internal combustion engines as like en masse. People are going to stop doing that because it gets so expensive to drive them. That will happen eventually at some point in time. It,
Mm.
it has to physically, like it'd be logically impossible for that to not happen.
Now, do you think that the government is like pushing for us to all have electric cars so like they could have access to our cars and shit?
Access to our cars? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, like you know how like electric cars like they got computers and shit and they could probably like turn it off? Because I mean that
You
shit
can
has
you can
happened
do that
before.
with an internal combustion engine car.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. I can like if you like. Do you not see like Mercedes, for example? Like I drove one for like for a test drive. They drive themselves sometimes. They park themselves. It's all run by a computer. The only difference between an internal combustion engine car and an electric vehicle is what is driving that drivetrain. It has nothing. They're both run by computers, and the computers will run that can run that drivetrain.
All right, yeah, I see what you mean. But
Yeah.
I mean that was really just like all I had to say. Like I just thought
Okay.
like, for the car community, I was like, bro,
I got you, man.
cause
Yeah,
like
keep your car. Yeah, keep your cars. Like, I don't think the individual, when it comes to cars, like that, I don't think that really makes a difference. Like, there's gonna be people with internal combustion engine cars, and there's gonna be people with fucking electric cars. I just think that people should have an option to move towards EVs, and they should be cheaper, so that way, when it gets way too pricey to be able to drive one of these like ICEs, then people should have an alternative. And by the way, we should have walkable cities anyway. You shouldn't have to like drive to get to where you need to go. Like public transportation is probably the best way to solve that. But yeah. But listen, man, I do gotta get to the next guest request, but thank you for coming up. All right, man.
Yep. All right, gotcha.
Take it easy. All right. Who else we got? Josie, you are live. What do you disagree with today?
Um, it's not really a disagreement. I kind of agree with you about the trans women should use women's restrooms.
Hmm.
My only question is, I mean, that obviously is starting to be a thing now, but what are we supposed to do if, say, I'm in the women's restroom with my 4-year-old niece, and then some weirdo old 80-year-old dude just walks in,
Hmm.
and I obviously tell him to get out, and he just says, "Oh, I identify as a woman, so I'm allowed
Hmm.
in here." But he's some
Hmm.
weirdo old
Hmm.
dude. Like what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, let's look at like the possibilities of if you're wrong though. What if you're wrong and that was actually a woman that you misinterpreted to be a man? What happens then?
Like I'm saying, what if he is on the registry or something?
Well, if he's on a
Like, of
registry,
course,
so like you're saying if he's
I
like trying
understand
to
that I could
violate your
be
rights?
wrong. No, so I'm saying like I know I could be wrong, but what if
Yeah.
I'm not? That's the situation that like
Well, that you
women
wouldn't be able to, yeah,
could
you
be
wouldn't be
in.
able to do that regardless of if he's male or female. If it was like a lesbian woman that came in and tried to like attack you, there's nothing you can do to stop that either. Like, obviously, I'm gonna say nothing, but you'd be in the same situation regardless. So, like, it doesn't necessarily matter whether that person is male or female. Obviously, it's going to be more likely that it's going to be somebody who's like a cisgender man. Um, yeah, but if that happens, then you know that's a case in and of itself. That's not necessarily a case that trans people have to answer for, though. Because I mean, even if trans people didn't exist, you could still say that. You could just walk in and still do that exact same thing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
There's someone that's saying that bathroom assignments don't stop assaults. I understand that, but it does like limit them, if that makes sense. Because like if I'm using the restroom, 9 times out of 10, my husband will stand by the door to make sure like I'm good until I get out. But if there's just men, women, whoever they want walking in and out,
Hmm.
that doesn't like it hires the chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like for like cisgender men, obviously they have the highest profile. Trans women don't have that profile that cisgender men do when it comes to like criminality, sexual assault, privacy violations, and things like that. Um, that is something that we'd have to like we have like the best case um, policy against that, and that is if that person violates that person's rights, then you know that person would go to jail. There's just nothing that we can do when it comes to public accommodations to stop somebody from going into like a certain bathroom, unless it's like your personal private property, like it's your bathroom. There's just nothing we can do because like at some point you, if whatever heuristic that you use to like try to stop um, a certain individual who maybe looks really really masculine from going into a woman's restroom, or vice versa for men's restrooms. Whatever heuristic you use, you're just going to be overwhelmingly just violating the rights of people who are good faith actors, right? People are just trying to use the bathroom, right? So you're just going to get like maybe a woman with PCOS, and people are like, oh, they look a little like masculine, and then you stop them and you're like violating their rights, and all they're trying to do is use the bathroom. So, yeah, there's just nothing that we can necessarily do about that. Oh, where did she go? What the fuck? Okay, I thought I thought, I thought I was still talking. Health, you are live. What do you disagree with today?
I'd just like to say good afternoon, first of all. I hope you're
What's
doing
up?
well.
Hey.
So, what I would disagree with is this statement, God is not good. Could you expand on what you mean by that?
Yeah, so the Christian God I'm specifically referring to, he's done things that not only by my standards, but also by his standards as well, we would consider not to be good things, it would be bad things. So I
So,
reject the claim that he is perfectly good. I don't know where people get that from, that he's perfectly good. There's just no evidence to support that.
Right. So it's specifically perfectly good, not good.
Yeah, God is not good. Like if we would say that like just because he does good things, that doesn't mean he's good. Especially because we judge people based off their worst atrocities. Like somebody who's committed genocides and killed children and
Yeah.
commanded people to like stone homosexual people.
Yeah.
That
So
person isn't broadly speaking a good person.
so based off what you're saying is then that you believe every single word in the Bible to be true and able to form that opinion.
No.
So when you're referencing the things that you believe him not to be good for doing, you're actually
Hmm.
quoting parts of the Bible, which essentially
Yeah.
means that you believe it to be true.
No. That. Do you know what an internal critique is?
I don't know what that means.
So basically, an internal critique is, well, assume this to be the case, and if this is the case, what follows? Like these are reductios, right? So I'm assuming the Bible to be true, and if it is true, what does that entail? So what that entails is that if God is real, like if Christianity is true and God, therefore God is real, then that means all I have to do is look at the Bible to see whether God is good or not, and it's very clear that He's not. But no, I don't believe that God actually exists. But if he did exist, he would not be good.
And
That's what I'm saying.
and why don't you believe that God exists? What's your personal opinion?
Just haven't seen any evidence. He hasn't revealed himself to me. He apparently revealed himself to other people, but not me. So
So you do. I'm just trying to get like a baseline level of understanding so I can
hmm
expand on what I'm trying to say. But
yeah, hear me out.
do you understand that there is people in positions of power in this world that are Freemasons that believe in Satan, etc.?
That believe in what?
That they are Freemasons, they believe in Satan, they worship the devil.
Okay, and
No, I'm asking you, do you believe
oh
that to be
yeah,
true?
like Satanists, or they believe that Satan is real and God is real, but they choose Satan.
Yeah, absolutely. And the people that do this are Freemasons, which are all
Okay.
predominantly people in positions of power, politicians. Like,
I would say the same is for Christians as well. Christians have a lot of fucking power and political support and institutional power in
they
this country.
do,
Yeah.
and that is unfortunate because I will say that Christianity has been distorted and it's being used in a
Hmm.
non-traditional format. For example, the Catholic Church, they have the
Hmm.
library and they hide a lot of the information and they suppress information that's been withheld for thousands of years, and they
Gotcha.
don't let that out. So you can't judge the actions and the words of God based on people, if that
Well,
makes
I'm not
sense.
judging it based on people. Judging it based on God. God makes claims about what's good and what's bad, and he violates those things. That would make him a hypocrite. So he contradicts himself, but also based off of what we would view that things
But
that are obviously bad, like saying that we should like unalive gay people for being gay. Those are things that we would say would be obviously bad, but because God said it, we would like, oh, it must be good. We try to find a way in which it's good.
yeah, but
There's no
God
case for him being
God
perfectly
doesn't
good.
say that you should unalive people for being gay.
Yeah, Leviticus 20:13, he specifically says, if a man has sex with a man as he does with a woman, then both of them shall be put to death. They have committed an abomination. Leviticus 20:13. He told Moses to say
Yeah,
this to the people. That was a
but when
command.
but when but when he says put to death, it doesn't mean killed because God has already stated that he should never take the life of a man. When he's referring to being put to death, he means in their judgment day when they are put to death, he is the one that can judge.
The punishment was stoning, stoned to death. That these gay people, they got stoned to death under God's command. I don't know where you got that from. That's heretical in Christianity.
So
Where are you
these
getting that from?
getting what from?
Like you said, like he didn't actually mean put them to death, and literally that was the punishment, the stoning of gay people.
Yeah, but you do understand that the things that you're quoting were written by people. This is supposedly the word of God that's being interpreted and written down. Nowhere does
Yeah.
it say that God writ the Bible.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm assuming. So if you're just saying that the Bible contradicts itself and it's just written by people, yeah, sure, I agree with that as an atheist. But I'm foregoing my position as an atheist, assuming that the Bible is true and assuming that God is real in order to give it an internal critique. And under that internal critique, the Christian worldview is that God revealed himself truth revealing or whatever to individuals who wrote the Bible, and individuals who wrote the Bible then wrote exactly what he said. And if that is the case, then these things actually did objectively happen. And if that's the
Right.
case, then I can judge God's actions based off of what is in the Bible. So him killing the firstborn, all
Absolutely.
that stuff. Yeah.
But the Bible isn't always every representation of God. You've got to look through a wide spectrum of things. So you're quoting and referencing the Bible because I'm assuming you know it well. So it's handy for
Yeah.
you in a debate to be able to quote stuff and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like, yeah, like, so for example, when he said, "I will go through Egypt and kill all the firstborn sons, of the people and the animals," like he specifically goes in and kills like innocent children, like he does. Like it's very direct. Like God was very direct in this case. So I think that's a bad thing.
And yeah, again, that's like one thing I think we can agree on is that the Bible was written by humans.
Yeah, yeah, but that's my
So
view. I'm
yeah,
saying like I'm
so it's
foregoing
all
that view
so
to
everything that we're
adopt the
quoting
Christian view.
is based on the interpretation of a human, not actually the word of God.
Okay, but if that's the case, then that's a rejection of the Christian worldview. That's a wholly different argument. If you don't believe that the Christian Bible was actually written by, like, that's a rejection
No,
of what,
no
I'm
one
sorry, like,
believed
it's
that
a
the Christian
rejection of what a
Bible was
lot of,
written by
you
God.
know, there's always different Christians that believe a lot of different things. But under the standard model for like Catholicism and like especially like Orthodox Christianity, the view is that the Bible is sacrosanct. These are the words of God, and therefore they are true.
Yeah, they are the words of God interpreted by humans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then then we're in a different